Hello ladies and gentlemen and those in between, welcome back to my channel, Evet here, and today we're going to talk about Ben and Jim, the series. Ben and Jim is a Filipino boys love digital web series produced by Regal Entertainment Incorporated, which is formerly and more commonly known as Regal Films. It is one of the biggest filmmaking and entertainment firms here in the Philippines, which was founded by Lily Monteverde in 1962. It has produced movies of all genres, and it is the oldest surviving movie studio here in the Philippines. So, definitely as an initial reaction, when Regal Films announced that they would be producing a BL series, I was on top of the world because, of course, it's the Regal Films, and for sure it would produce a high-quality movie like BL series. And thank goodness, I was not disappointed at all, specifically with the cinematography. Ben and Jim is the story of Benjamin, also known as Ben, who is given an ultimatum to become financially self-reliant, or else he will move to America to live with his family. And because he doesn't want to move to America, he learns to survive on his own by selling anything online. The roller coaster ride of emotions all start when Ben's old neighbor and childhood friend Jimson, also known as Jim, moves back home to spend the enhanced community quarantine, which is imposed by the government due to the coronavirus pandemic. Ben and Jim, the series, follows the story of two people who turn from childhood friends to long-lost best friends to lovers and finally to strangers with memories. Let's talk about the main characters, Ben and Jim, and Olan. Ben is played by Teejay Marquez, who is a popular YouTuber, a famous TikToker with a lot of followers, and a rising star here in the Philippines. When I first found out that Teejay would star in a BL series, I was super duper ultra mega excited about it because I have a huge crush on him, and I bet a lot of other BL fans out there would also want to see him play a BL character because he has this aura of a typical BL character with a beautiful face and a charming smile, which can make you fall in love with him so easily. And I just love how he plays his character in this series. In fact, I see a completely different Teejay in this series because if you've been following Teejay on his social media accounts, you've already known that he is one handsome face with an amount of machismo. He's such a good-looking guy with masculinity, and you can't even have second thoughts about him having a gender issue or something like that. But in this series, I just love how he played his role being a flamboyant gay guy. It is so convincing that if you have no idea of how he is off-screen, you might think that he is gay in real life. Jim is played by Jerome Ponce, who's a Filipino actor and a model under ABS-CBN's talent management Star Magic. The rose to fame after being cast in the hit Philippine daytime series Be Careful With My Heart. In my opinion, Jerome is so good at fan service. He's so skilled at playing and teasing the fans' imagination. And I enjoy every moment when he acted cute in the series. And the way he looks at Teejay, oh god, it can make you wet. What are you guys thinking? I mean, it can make you go to the bathroom and take a shower. And Olan. Olan is played by Ron Martin Angeles. Well, I don't really know much about him, and the only thing that I know about him is that he is also a TikToker with a number of followers, but gosh, he makes a perfect third party. Like, in fact, I ship Teejay with him. Is it just me, or there's just really something between the two of them which makes their chemistry way better than that of Teejay and Jerome? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm literally in love with the chemistry of Ben and Jim, because they've got a powerful chemistry, but Olan, oh my gosh! He is a star, and he reminds me so much of Tanay of My Dream, the series, which is a Thai BL series released back in 2018. And when I first saw Olan, I kept telling myself that I had already seen this guy, and finally I was able to figure out that Olan and Tanay have a striking resemblance. And whether you guys agree with me or not, Olan has qualities of being an ideal guy. He's sweet, he's loving, and of course, he is hot. And rumor has it that he will be paired up with one of my most favorite Filipino BL characters, O-Tep of In Between, in another series, and I must say he deserves to have a series. Anyway, is there anyone else out there who has noticed how great Flo is? Yes, Flo, Ben's best friend. Well, well. Uh-oh.
Well, well.
Again! Take two! Well, well. We all know that a BL series is not complete if there's not a typical noisy, funny best friend who always goofs around and a best friend who may not take things seriously at certain times, but always have the golden heart that truly cares. One of my most favorite characters in the series is Flo. I love her facial reactions and the way she reacts every time something goes awkward or every time there's something off with something. Is naturally gifted with wit and humor. Yay! But at the same time, she also possesses qualities which can make people want to make friends with her, and she has completed my top 5 most favorite Filipino BL best friends, along with Pearl of Game Boys, Heaven of My Extraordinary, Anna of Gaya's Pelikula, and Bianca in between. This series is about childhood best friends, Ben and Jem, and because Jem's family has moved somewhere far, both of them lose touch with one another and eventually meet each other again. But just like any other BL series, Ben and Jem the series also tackles issues with friends who get involved in a romantic relationship. So let's talk about the pros and cons of dating your best friend. What are the advantages of dating your friend? First, you already know your best friend. You guys didn't become best friends overnight, and it means that you've gone through a lot to earn that status. Second, you know each other's weaknesses. You are aware that your best friend is not perfect, and for this reason, you guys can always watch each other's back. Third, with your best friend, you feel very secure, which means you don't have to struggle to impress him or her. You know your best friend so well that you don't get jealous easily when you see him or her hugging someone else. But what about the disadvantages? First, your first date doesn't actually feel like a first date. Here's the one issue with finally agreeing to go on an official date with your best friend. It can end up like not actually feeling like a date at all. Because even though you both get dressed up and go to a fancy place, it still feels like you're just eating your favorite food somewhere you usually eat together. Second, you may take each other for granted at certain times because you know each other so well and both of you have the tendency to overlook each other's feelings, and both of you are confident that no matter what happens, you can figure things out by apologizing, which is not true all of the time. Third, if you eventually break up with each other, not only will you lose a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but also a best friend, which is highlighted in most drama series and movies. And that's why there are some people who think twice about getting involved in a relationship with their best friend. Of course, the original soundtrack is one of a kind. I love it so much, but unfortunately, despite massive efforts to practice singing this song, I just couldn't get it right. And I'm not really sure what they call this music genre. Alternative rock music? I'm not really sure about that. Anyway, my voice just doesn't go well with this type of music. And Stars Align, which is the title of this original soundtrack, it's about a hopeless romantic guy who has loved his best friend for a long time. And the one thing that gives him hope is that every time he looks up in the sky, the stars align for them. There had already been a number of amazing and popular Filipino BL series even before Ben and Jim was released. And in today's competitive entertainment industry, it's not easy to instantly acquire fame. But this series was coming from behind. Like in a beauty pageant, Ben and Jim is like a dark horse. It is a silent killer. And mind you guys, a dark horse recently won over all other these front runners at the Miss Universe Philippines. And to me, overall, this series is commendable. It deserves praise. I was just worried at first that it would be sloppy and rushed since it only has 7 episodes, but the script writers were able to hold all of the scenes together well, even though there's nothing really special about the storyline. And my only complaint is that I am not really sure whether the kissing scene in the final episode is fake. It would be better if Teejay, Marquez, and Jerome, Ponce, or Ben and Jim had really kissed. But you guys don't worry about that because this series is still worth binge watching. Anyway, the Philippines has done so well in the BL universe this year, and I'm just so proud that Ben and Jim, the series, is part of it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when my next video comes out. Peace outie! Ben and Jim is a Filipino boys love digital web series produced by Regal Entertainment Incorporated, which is formerly and more commonly known. No. You guys have no idea how hard it is to record a video. Ben and Jim is a Filipino boys love digital web series. The dog is barking.